Hi, my name is Tom Gaskill, and I want to welcome you to the lovely and a little bit foggy Oregon coast. Our Estuary Live segment is A Tale of Two Estuaries, A Tale of Two Species. And we're going to be sharing South Slough and Tillamook Bay. And paddling up here to meet us, by the way, an estuary is where rivers meet the sea. It's where fresh and salt water meet and mix. And the estuary behind us is kind of special because that fresh water comes from creeks and streams, not from one big river. We have with us here Derek Sowers. Derek is going to be representing the Tillamook Bay Estuary. Hi, Derek. How are you?
Good. I'm doing fine, Tom.
All right. And Derek has some things that represent some of the themes we're going to be talking about today. So what do you have for us first here, Derek?
Well, first, Tom, I've got a fresh local salmon.
Oh, look at this. Beautiful fish. Yeah.
Fresh from the
Let's just lay that right
ocean.
down on the dock.
Also got in here another feature creature for the day is local crab.
Fantastic. And that's a Dungeness crab that we have there.
And then another feature plant today is going to be eelgrass.
All right. Beautiful. You guys see this? We have eelgrass right here. And right here we also have a basket. And what does the basket represent, Derek?
Today this basket is representing stewardship, and we're going to be putting our feature animals in here.
So this is kind of where the creatures from the estuary land. Very good. Now we have to locate for folks where we're at, so we're going to go to a graphic now. Here's the map of the United States, and we have Oregon out west here. The Tillamook Bay Estuary is up to the north, South Slough on the southern Oregon coast, and then we'll zoom in a little closer and we can see that there's Oregon, sandwiched between California and Washington, and again Tillamook on the north and South Slough down south. Tillamook Bay. This next graphic shows us those steep coastal mountains that are pushed right up to the sea, and that's a key feature here in Oregon. And then finally, South Slough, down on the southern Oregon coast, is the southern arm of the Coos Bay Estuary, and this is Oregon's largest estuary. So, and our Oregon Live site is right here along the shorelines, right at the mouth of South Slough. So we're back now at the shoreline of the estuary, and we have Mike Graybill, our manager for South Slough, is paddling up. Come on up here, Mike, and if you can dock right next to Derek. Mike's in a beautiful sea kayak, and let's just carefully pull in here. And Mike's going to tell us a little bit about how the estuary works. So Mike, where are we and what is an estuary?
Good morning, Tom. Good morning, Derek and everybody. Welcome to the South Slough. We're sitting in the water here about 1 mile from the ocean, which is just to our north. It's a bit of a foggy day today, so it's a little hard to tell what's going on, but the South Slough Reserve is just up behind us, which is a protected site that's one of the sponsors of our Estuary Live program.
Fair enough. And Mike, what happens in the South Slough Research Reserve? Why is that place special?
Well, South Slough's been a special place to learn about estuaries. They're fairly complicated places. They're very, very different than the ocean. But given that it's a little foggy today, I wonder if it wouldn't be a good idea to show a film clip that would give us a little bit of context so that we could see where the estuary is in relationship to the coast and what a different place it is out here.
Great.
The rugged shores of the southern Oregon coast near South Slough are made up of sedimentary rock formed nearly 40 million years ago in an ancient ocean. As the continent moved westward, the land was lifted up and eroded away by wave action. Lighthouses once warned ships away from these very treacherous shores. The entrance to Coos Bay in South Slough connects the estuary to the Pacific Ocean. Coos Bay is separated from the ocean by a narrow band of sand called a spit. Shifting shoals of sand and powerful storm waves caused the woodchip-carrying ship, the New Carissa, to run aground in February 1999. The wreckage will soon be removed from the coast. Further up the estuary, the cities of North Bend and Coos Bay have a population of over 25,000 people. The Coos River brings fresh water from the coastal mountains to the estuary. In the late 1800s, settlers diked and drained river bottom wetlands, damaging the natural processes of the estuary. South Slough National Estuarine Research Reserve protects 5,000 acres as a natural laboratory to better understand estuaries and how to restore these productive and important wetlands where rivers meet the sea.
Well, now we can certainly see that the estuary is a sheltered calm water place compared to the open ocean. And there's a lot going on in these estuaries. They're very complicated places. The South Slough's been one site that's really helped us learn about estuaries.
And we're also going to have a chance to learn about the Tillamook Bay estuary up on the north coast. So Derek, now you want to tell us a little bit about what we're going to see next. We're going to see another video clip.
As you said, Tom, today's show is about a tale of two estuaries. So now we're going to take you to the north coast of Oregon and visit the beautiful Tillamook Bay estuary.
Welcome to Tillamook Bay and the city of Garibaldi, home of the Tillamook Bay National Estuary Project. Although it is Oregon's second largest estuary, Tillamook Bay is relatively small and only 13 square miles. It is also quite shallow, averaging only 6 feet deep. At low tides, over half of the bay's mud and sand flats are above the waterline. Oregon's coast range is blanketed by rich forests. These forests receive a great deal of rainfall, ranging from 90 inches to as much as 200 inches per year. Because of the high rainfall and expansive forest cover, Tillamook Bay, like most Pacific Northwest estuaries, are part of what's called a coastal temperate rainforest. Tillamook Bay is referred to as a drowned rivermouth estuary. About 12,000 years ago, the level of the sea began to rise as ice sheets the size of whole continents began to melt. As the level of the Pacific Ocean rose, the mouths of rivers became submerged under the ocean. Over the thousands of years that followed, the rising ocean and the submerged rivers finally reached a balance, creating important habitats like mud and sand flats, meandering sloughs, and lush wetlands. Together, these areas comprise a complex estuarine ecosystem, providing critical habitats for all sorts of fish, shellfish, birds, marine mammals, and other creatures. 5 salmon species use the estuary to grow and mature before heading out to the open ocean. After years of decline, a seal population has grown in recent years, and seals can often be seen sunning themselves on sand flats during low tides. Rocky shorelines are home to starfish, anemones, shore crabs, and countless other wild creatures like this octopus. Although most of the bay's animals live here year-round, some only visit during certain seasons. These migratory animals may travel hundreds or even thousands of miles up and down the Pacific coast, stopping at estuaries like Tillamook Bay for food and shelter. Here, brown pelicans dive for fish before renewing their migration south. Eelgrass beds like this one are a critical part of an estuary, as they provide vital habitats for crabs and fish species such as herring, salmon, northern anchovy, and smelt. These and other species find food in the eelgrass beds, as well as a place to hide from predators.